students who have reached Armenia. These students are being evacuated from the conflict zones in Tehran. Like I said, this is the first evacuation corridor which India has established. This is via Armenia, and close to 1,500 students are being evacuated back to India through Armenia. So the first batch of Indian students have already reached Armenia. Like I said, this is one of the many routes India is going ahead with the help of these nations in establishing a safe corridor for their return. Now, do remember, Iran is a hub of medical institutes, and several Indian students, many of them from Jammu and Kashmir, have been studying in Iran, and their safe evacuation, the MEA says, is topmost priority of the government as we speak. Because do remember, lives have been lost in both countries, both in Iran and Israel. But the number of casualties in Iran is far more than that in Israel, and the number of students in Iran also exceeds that of the number of students in Israel. And hence we see these kind of efforts being put in place by the Ministry of External Affairs. Do remember, prior to this evacuation program, we did see a personal communication between Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah and the Minister of External Affairs, Mr. S. Jaishankar, who had spoken of all assistance that will be provided by the government in establishing this safe corridor. Going across to Ishan Vani, who joins us with more details. The first batch of those who are being brought back to India have reached Armenia. That's the first stop, because some of these countries are assisting India in the evacuation program. What are their families in J&K saying, Ishan? How soon are they expecting their safe return?
Oh, well, their anxiety and their trauma is ending, because they have been hearing and seeing for themselves during the video calls to their children the blasts and the scenes of chaos. And for them, they're having several nights of sleepless nights. And now, since their kids are on their way to be evacuated, some of them have been evacuated out of Iran, it is bringing them a sigh of relief. What we have been given to understand is that those students of Indian origin have crossed the Iran-Armenia border and are now reached the capital of Armenia. And this includes 90 students from Kashmir, along with the other students from the other Indian states, and a total of 110 of them from one university have been taken there. Now, all the accommodation and stuff, everything is being done. And one of the interesting facts that we picked out while speaking to the parents is that the Indian embassy has, taken them into confidence that their kids are going to be taken care by them. They don't need to worry and be bothered about anything, and they are going to ensure their safety. And that really has lifted the morale of those who felt helpless in these times of war between the two countries. And the parents are now delighted and happy, and they are expressing their happiness that the kids are coming back. And very soon they will have them at their homes, because many of them have invested their lifelong money to send them to Iran to study. And now, since, ever since the External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar spoke to his counterpart in Armenia, there were hopes, and now it is coming, becoming practical, where now flights will possibly be arranged where they will reach Delhi. And what we have been given to understand is that there's a flight which is scheduled from Armenia to take off to Delhi, which is scheduled for tomorrow, and all the arrangements and facilitation is being done by the Indian authorities to ensure their seamless travel back home. And this is yet another commitment of the government to ensure that the civilians who are trapped in vulnerable places, that they are brought back safely to their homes and they don't stay back or stay stranded.
Okay, many thanks, Ishan, for getting us more details on the same. Siddhant Mishra joins us as well. Siddhant, one safe passage is being provided by Armenia. Tell us about the other safe passages that the government has managed to establish with other helpful nations in order to bring back all those stranded in Iran.
Well, that's right, Christine. In fact, these are the first visuals that we are putting out for our viewers, where 110 students from Urmia Medical University have reached Armenia, and in fact they are safe. Their accommodation and other needful things have been done by the Indian side. And in fact, we have been told that by tomorrow afternoon they will be coming to India. Now their flights are being arranged. Perhaps the plan is in place for that. Coming to your question, indeed, there are several other options also which Indian side is looking at this point in time. Route through Azerbaijan, route through Uzbekistan, Armenia route is already executed. Now there is also a shipping route possibility. This is what I'm being told from UAE. So that one route is also being explored. So the first batch of Indian students have arrived in Armenia safely. In fact, what other thing Indian Embassy has done, Kritswin, is that they have taken students in buses to safer places outside Tehran. So right now, Tehran is on the hit list of Israel. Many strikes have taken place in Israelis have carried out in Tehran. So students have been taken out by the Indian Embassy to safer places in Qom, in Mashhad, and various other places. So that has also been done. Right now the safety of Indians is paramount important for the Indian side. In fact, the student safety is more important. Over 2,000 students are stranded in Iran. 110 have already reached. Now the task is big. We would see that in days to come, the Indian side will explore more options and will bring back all the Indians stranded in Iran.
And the clock certainly is ticking as well. 110 have been brought out of the conflict zone. Hundreds more will be evacuated in the next few hours and days to come. Many thanks, Siddhant, for joining us with all those details. We head into a very quick